Hey guys, Mike Bland from SIS Global Investigations here. I wanted to knock out a ton of new videos here, and something that was on my mind because I've been seeing a lot of online sleuths all the time with things like this Idaho murder case and different things like that. And I wanted to describe the difference between someone who is an experienced, trained, seasoned veteran, private investigator, private detective, versus someone who's doesn't know anything and is just trying to sleuth around online. I will preface it with one thing first, is I have seen some very impressive people online that have not had formal training and experience that are able to notice details that others have not, sometimes even law enforcement, and then connect the dots on these details and kind of build a case basically like a professional. And some people are naturally good at that. I will say this, I would say it's also very rare that I've seen people with that natural ability to do that. It takes a lot of different types of thinking all combined together to create this end result. And I think that the thing I've seen where, to me, it's these the more of the amateur sleuths, the people that are just guessing at everything. And frankly, when you're a guy like me that's experienced and then you're reading their report or seeing the results, it's so frustrating and just annoying, and you just turn it off. But I'm talking about the ones I can tell where it's a waste of time acknowledging, is the ones where they watch the security camera of a crime scene, they see a red car, literally the red car has nothing to do with anything, and then they're fine, oh, here's a picture of the guy getting out of the red car, he must be the murderer, and he lives at this address, and yada yada. And they're connecting a bunch of things that have nothing to do with absolutely anything. And there's a lot of this going on right now with this Idaho deal too. But I've seen something, and I've kind of even just gotten tired of even following up on it at this point. On that deal, there's some Adam guy that they're making a big stink about. And again, well, here's the deal. In that case, I don't know. I would never accuse anyone, like some of these people are doing, of being the guy or insinuating or putting that person's picture all over social media. But from a logical standpoint, that person is either is the guy or he's not. And the thing is again, the problem, only law enforcement could ever say that definitively, and that's if he is, it's proven, tried and convicted and a whole deal. And even then, because, media outlets won't even publish and post stuff online unless there's been an arrest made. Generally, I believe, is the standing policy to keep themselves out of a lawsuit. But that's where I think some people, again, that's another thing, that some of these sleuths, these amateur guys, they don't really respect that. They're kind of going for clickbait and all this other stuff, and they are more worried about getting views on the YouTube channel. But I would never ever post anyone's face and mentioning or alluding to the fact that this person could be a suspect. There's absolutely no way. One, because I'm a professional. Two, I'm retired law enforcement. I understand the implications of things like that. I mean, you can ruin a person's life doing that. That person will always be remembered as the guy who is this murder suspect, when in fact the guy can be totally innocent. And in fact, because the fact that this Moscow, Idaho police station is spending so much time quelling rumors and then questioning these random people like this just to appease the public, which is not at all what law enforcement is supposed to do, by the way, and I mentioned that in every other video on this topic. They're just not able to go find the real guy. So there's so many things wrong with that whole story. But again, this video is not to get on the topic of the Idaho deal. It's an example, but the difference between a professional and an amateur is obviously the training and the experience, but again, not just connecting a bunch of superfluous dots that have nothing to do with anything. That is just someone who is just basically making shit up. So, and then hoping it leads somewhere. But it doesn't work like that, guys. So if you're going to investigate or hire a private investigator, or you have an issue, you need to hire someone who actually knows, not your 18-year-old daughter, on YouTube. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.